Greetings, YouTube. Every once in a while, I like to talk about my vision for the future of the game. You know, I got asked last night, Prof, what are you going to do if MCOC dies for a YouTube channel? And my first thought is, retire from YouTube? I don't know. I can't function adding another game into my schedule to get ahead of the curve, even if it would be smart. Like this other Kabam game, the Disney Mirrorverse. Like, I'm sure it's really popular with people and it might take off, but I can't justify it. People have asked me for years, Prof, you should make a free-to-play account and do videos on it. It'd be such easy content for you. I'm not saying you're wrong. Don't have the time. So I'm just going to ride this horse until it collapses. And the phrase is a bit darker in the sayings of humanity, but we're not going to repeat it. So now that we know, as of this past week, that uncollected players have access to non-featured Cavalier crystals, which, by the way, these are a cautionary tale, right? Had somebody come into the live stream last night. They had saved up maybe 1,000 plus units for July 4th weekend sales. Not a lot, but something. And they decided, because they were uncollected, and they wanted a shot at getting a new 5 or 6 star champion, that they would spend those 1,000 units on Cavalier crystals. Guess how many 5 stars they got? Guess how many 6 stars they got? Nexus, 3 stars, all 3 stars. So just because it says Cavalier Crystal on it doesn't mean you're going to do well. You still only have a 2.4% chance for a 6 star and a 12.8% chance for a 5 star, which is, on average, just over 1 out of 10. Even if you get the drop rates, which normally you probably won't. So this led me to think about the next buff that Kabam needs to implement if they want people to spend that $5 daily. So here's what they could do right now. We don't have Thronebreaker crystals yet. I still think that Thronebreaker crystals should have 0 3 stars. What if it was a 50% drop rate for a 4 star? Now, this is where it gets tricky, right? Because then it would have to be a 31% drop rate for a 5 star. I just think that they wouldn't do that because they would think that it would be destroying the game. And you could easily argue it would. Because here's the problem, right? 5 stars, even for the people who argue the argument that I think is really uninformed, and because I hear all the time, Prof, 5 stars are the new 4 stars. Don't even talk about them on your channel. Not true. 5 stars have never been easier to rank up, cheaper to rank up, cheaper to awaken, and cheaper to max sig. And I have seen summoners, skilled summoners, beat every content in the game with 5 stars. Everything from Act 6 and Act 7 to the Abyss and Labyrinth of Legends to the Gauntlet to all side quests, event quests, you name it. So, look, it might take, let's say, 50 more hits for your 565 5 star to take someone down than it would your rank 4 6 star. But in the end, what's 50 more hits? Like 2 revives? You know how many units and how much money it would cost to take a 6 star to rank 4 right now? Is that worth the same as 2 revives? Of course not. So here's what I think should happen. There needs to be, now that we have Paragon, a Thronebreaker daily special. And for $5, it needs to have, at minimum, a Cavalier Nexus crystal, 11,250 Tier 5 basic Callus fragments, at least 5 6-star signature stone crystals, and 1,000 6-star shards. Which, by the way, 1,000 6-star shards, you think, oh, that's too generous. If you do the math, that's a 6-star basic champion for $50 over the course of 10 purchases, and that is retail price in 2022. I'm not saying that this Cavalier Daily Special doesn't have some value, particularly when Kabam, even though they've been reluctant to do it in the last month, puts the side quest Cavalier Crystal Shards as a bonus in the last week of the month for the daily specials. But Tier 5 Basic are so much easier to get now, especially through the Glory Store, than they were when this first came into the contest. 5-star 6 stones do really nothing extra for Thronebreaker players who don't tempt them at all. And then the 6-star shards is such a small amount. And this is the larger amount of 6-star shards because it's the Sunday that has the regular Cavalier Crystal instead of the, featured Cav drop rates technically. Also, speaking of which, wouldn't it be amazing if they could buff this for Cav players too and at least make that a Nexus? That'd be awesome. So, to be clear, I don't expect Thronebreaker crystals to appear tomorrow, but the Thronebreaker Daily Special should be a thing. It's long overdue. It would be very easy for Kabam to do without introducing Thronebreaker crystals, which I know they're still worried would break the game. But it is very bizarre to be at a point where it is now 2 progression past the top crystal, and we're still opening Cavalier crystals as Paragon players. And they're trying to convince us that should break our wallets. Not so much. Have a great rest of your weekend or whatever day you chose to click on this video. Thanks for doing it.